right, fucker, let's get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest motherfucking host of them all. OGHatch, you know the fuck it is, man. What's up with the people? All around the world, all my friends. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing, man? Hope out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. There's a whole lot of shit going on in them trenches, man. I tell you that shit each and every motherfucking week. I want to shout out to everybody around the world, you know what I'm saying? It's tapped in, joining the conversation, man. I truly appreciate all love and support. This is phase 2. This is episode 102. That shit sounds crazy. This shit sounds crazy to say we surpassed the 100s already, man. But this is episode 102. This is phase 2. So welcome everybody to the grind of 200, man. The shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. I need a goal. I need a fucking goal, B. Real motherfucking talk. As you can see, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel at OGHatchTV, go ahead, ring that bell, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good shit the YouTubers say. If you watch this on the YouTube channel, man, OGHatchTV, once again, go subscribe once again. We do have a different camera angle than usual. I'm trying something. As you can see, I'm kind of talking at an angle, so to say, just to try something new. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tinker with things, if that's the right word. I'm trying to tinker with things and move things around to get this the best look as possible. Of course, we're gonna keep making upgrades and things of that nature as we continue to, better the platform and things of that nature. But I want to make sure I can do little things, just mess around with things, see what I can do, see what I can pull off before I go ahead and spend all this buku money on shit and still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let me try with the cheap shit first, B. Real motherfucking talk. But there's a lot going on, man. I got a lot of things on the docket that I want to get into with you guys. We got to get into the whole Brett Favre things I promised you guys last week. We got to get into this whole Draymond Green shit. And we also got other things on the docket that I want to bring up. That's kind of more of a personal, let's say personal, so to say, not to go too motherfucking deep. But there's a lot of things going on. I do want to say shout out to everybody that tapped into last week's episode 101, the first episode back from our 3-month hiatus, the start of phase 2. I want to say thank you to everybody that tapped in and joined the conversation, man. I truly appreciate all the feedback I got in my DMs and things of that nature. It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I got new equipment to tinker with the clips that I'm uploading and shit like that. Hey, speaking of the clips, B, let me get this off my chest before I even dive too much deeper into this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, Tik Tok, y'all got me fucked up, man. I don't want to get caught up on it because I want to get the show rolling. But Tik Tok, bro, y'all got me fucked up, B. Y'all keep muting my clips. Fam, y'all muted my clip about Michael Vick and Patrick Mahomes. Like, what? Like, what am I to do? It's literally sex on TikTok. I know it because I like it. I see it because I send it to people. It's sex on that app. And my Patrick Mahomes and Michael Vick clip gets banned. Why? You didn't ban my clip about fucking Richard Dolezal now, did you? You fucking perverts. But I like to take it. I like to think of it because I'm black type shit. As a black man, I like to just push shit on that sometimes when I feel I have an unfair advantage going my way. But I digress, man. Hopefully this week I figure out a new way to go with the algorithm, man, and help get this shit pumped out there to the folks, man. Because TikTok, I hating ass motherfucking site. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's a lot on the docket, B. It's a lot of shit on the motherfucking docket. As I talked about last week's episode, and some of the feedback I got from last week's episode, some of the friends of the show was hopping in my DMs and sending me messages about things I should talk about on the show. So I said, fuck it, why not? I always say I'm a man of the peeps type shit. I'm a man of the folks. So anything you guys want me to talk about, all you gotta do is send it to me. Send it to me a DM or comment on YouTube or leave a review and shit like that. I'll get to it. And once I get to those reviews and things like that, I'll have no problem bringing it up on the podcast, man. One of the friends of the show, as we dive into the docket, one of the friends of the show I know from back home, they wanted me to talk about life after high school sports. And it kind of ties into some things that I talked about on this podcast before. I'll let you guys, I kind of tiptoed around it because I didn't really want to go too hard on the topic because I knew the people involved. But I think at this point in time, it's almost, I don't want to say fuck it, but it's kind of like it needs to be a more direct stance on my point of view, because I don't think the message is getting across clearly. You know what I mean? Now, instead of talking about life after high school, sports, I want to change the narrative. I want to change the narrative and put it as, why is it so uncomfortable to talk about people who hit their prime in high school, who peaked in high school, so to say? We all know those people, B. This ties into, I got a homeboy named Devontae, right? I got a homeboy named Devontae. In high school, you can describe him as one of those quote unquote man child ass niggas. The nigga was 14, 15, looking 27. The nigga was fat and had an 8-pack at the same time. He was one of them niggas. Like anybody that grew up in the hood, you know the niggas I'm talking about. That for some strange reason, they always look double their age. They always look like they just had a kid. You know what I'm saying? They just look older than motherfuckers. Usually, these are the niggas that play running back in high school. These are the niggas that play running backs in high school, linebackers and shit, quarterbacks and shit like that. But my boy Vontae, good dude. Like, so I would never bash my nigga, because that's my nigga. What Hatch wasn't shit, that was my nigga. And I ain't even trying to think I'm popping shit, but I'm kind of him. But my nigga that's my nigga. Played football with him, had classes with him. Nigga, I gave him rides to practice. He knew who my mama was. I knew who his mama was. That's my guy. But the news has came across to me thousands of miles away. News that I always want to assume to be false. They say my nigga fucked up out there. And when I say fucked up, they say my nigga is on that shit. They say that nigga on he fucked up. He down bad. I don't want to go too much into details, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on my nigga. That's never what I'm doing. This is my only way of asking for help. This is my only way of asking motherfuckers to get in tune with dude. I'm kind of tired of motherfuckers hitting me up in my DMs and shit, telling me they just seen my nigga down bad. Get that nigga a few dollars. I mean, shit. I know when I see a homeless person, they come ask me for money. Like, fam, if it ain't payday, I ain't really got you. But if I would think if I knew the nigga from a childhood, that I would get a nigga at least $2. But I'm not saying that people not doing it. I don't know what people's doing, but I'm kind of sick of hearing about my nigga being fucked up, posted up at motherfucking gas stations and shit. I always said as a kid, fam, any niggas that's posted up and hanging up at gas stations and shit like that, them be the niggas I have no clue what the fuck they thinking. Because I never thought that was the cool hangout spot. But a lot of them niggas that be in that situation be the niggas who peaked in high school. And it takes me back to what I was telling my little brother all the time when he was in high school. And I'm so happy my nigga graduated, because I would have been driving his ass till this day. That in high school, excuse me, in high school, fam, you gonna come across, so you got 10 homeboys, right? 10 homegirls. No, you got 10 homeboys and 10 homegirls. 5 and 5 type shit. At least 7 of them gonna be fucked up after high school. At least 7. Because out of those 10 people, at least 7 of them is having the time of their life in high school. Mama doing this, mama doing that. They ain't really got no responsibilities. They get to do whatever the fuck they want. Go to this party, that party. They the ones coming back with all the cool stories every Monday. They weekend was lit every motherfucking time. I was the nigga who was hating on that. As a kid, I couldn't do shit. I had a little brother I had to watch. My mama was strict. My mama wasn't letting certain shit fly. I wasn't trying to be the uncool nigga and ask permission every motherfucking time. So I just said, fuck it. I'll watch the game that's coming on. That's why I love the game. That shit took me out of being depressed by not doing shit as a kid. But I always said to myself that once I got older, I would vow that my life would be different. That I would be able to do the things that I've always wanted to do. And when you look back at the people that you knew in high school, a lot of them people's fucked up. A lot of them people ain't never been nowhere. A lot of people ain't never done shit. But then you get down to that group of people who just is all fucked up. the people you was in science class with and math class with, the niggas you was cracking jokes with and making beats with at the motherfucking table. When you come across those niggas, they waterheads, they crackheads, they fucked up, they robbing people, in and out of jail every motherfucking time somebody saying free him to us backwards. I feel for those people. Because a lot of times those people were the man. Those were the hot girls in high school. And even going from my homeboy Vontae, who was one of them niggas. He was one of them hood niggas. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them hood niggas. He was game. He was doing all that shit. In high school, those are the cool niggas. In high school, those are niggas that's fucking the bitches. That's the facts. Those are niggas who peaked in high school. And I got the question on the screen. Why is it uncomfortable to talk about the people who peaked in high school? Because we all seen this shit coming. None of this stuff be a surprise when you see niggas fucked up. When niggas tell you my nigga Vontae was fucked up, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. It's not some shit you hope for niggas. But when niggas do certain shit, you're not surprised. To me, the story goes even deeper from the shit that I heard about, you know what I'm saying, his brother. So I sit back and look at it like, damn, I got two homeboys. One of them they send is a motherfucking basehead. The other one is in jail for bodying niggas. Fuck. And both these niggas were super talented, uber talented niggas who looked like they was double their age and they was cold as fucking football. Both these niggas who had opportunities to go do some other shit. And I'm not trying to say niggas didn't take advantage of it, but fuck it. I'm saying it. Niggas didn't take advantage of it. Those are the living examples that niggas need to look at every day like, fuck. And my whole point of making this is that I know too many people who's within arm's reach, so to say, of that. Of being able to see that as an example and still not really bearing their life. It's easy to look at that shit and just be like, damn, that nigga fucked up and continue to do the bullshit you're doing. It takes a lot for you to be able to see that shit. Like, fuck, and take that shit to heart. Like, that was my nigga. How did he get here? How do I not end up there? It takes a wise motherfucker to do that. You gotta learn from other motherfuckers' downfall. And once again, I'm not putting this on the podcast to out my nigga. I'm not doing this to belittle my nigga, kick my nigga while he down. I don't like talking about it because I feel like any nigga that's in a position to where they quote unquote allegedly a fucking crackhead, homeless or posted up at gas stations ask for niggas for money. I feel like I'm a nigga who's in the AC right now. I'm a nigga with a nice crib right now. So anytime I feel like I'm even talking about the shit, that said person could probably feel offended. And I know this is a little bit different from what I usually do on the podcast. I didn't want to start the podcast with this, but I felt I wanted to get it out the way while I can, because some things you gotta joke about, something you gotta be serious about. And I tell y'all all the time in phase one, you can't be jokes ain't jokes when we never get serious. You gotta be serious with niggas. Don't come hitting me up talking about, yo, that nigga Vontae fucked up. I know he fucked up. I'm in Arizona. What the fuck you want me to do? What the fuck you want Hash to do? Get that nigga some chips. You say at the gas station, get that nigga a case of Aquafina water. Get that nigga hydrated. Get that nigga some help. Show that nigga his old highlight tape. Like, for real. Show that nigga his old highlight tape. Show that nigga his old pictures. Don't matter if he in the hood throwing up his say, don't matter. Show that nigga his old pictures of that nigga living lavish. Because it's so uncomfortable to talk about niggas who fell off that niggas don't want to help niggas get back on. You got to get past that shit. Help that nigga. And I'm not saying this to, shout out to my nigga who, I ain't going to say your name because I don't know if you want that in the mix, who told me to bring it up on the podcast. I'm not saying this to discredit y'all from discussing the nigga. What I'm saying is, comes a point in time where instead of discussing a nigga and quote unquote gossiping, as ones would say, help that nigga out. I ain't saying be on some Tom Brady shit where you move a nigga into the crib. And I'm gonna move on, but because we 15 minutes into this month episode. I ain't saying you gotta do some Tom Brady shit and move a nigga into the crib or nothing. And I'm saying it just Get that nigga $1 or $2. Get that nigga some. Get that nigga some words of encouragement. Let that nigga know who the fuck he was. Who that nigga can still be. Niggas ain't even 30 yet. Can't be under 30 and you on crack. How the fuck is you a crackhead in 2022? If you under the, bruh, real shit, if you under the age of 45, 50, you shouldn't be no crackhead. I mean, how the fuck did you get on that? How, in what world? Snoop was already out. Like, Cheech and Chong was already fucking huge. Like, how did you end up on crack? But, hey. Hey. So as we wrap that up, man, I just want to say, Vontae, bro, I don't know what the fuck happened. My timeline kind of goes like, last time I checked, my nigga went off to college. Years come back later, I heard nigga wasn't in college. Years go by, now I'm hearing nigga all fucked up. I don't know what happened in those gaps. Quite honestly, it's not even important to me. What's important to me is that motherfuckers is telling me that you down bad. And in all honesty, my nigga, I really hope you don't take offense to me talking about this on the podcast. You know me. Niggas know I'm not doing this in no malicious intent or nothing like that. What I'm doing is giving you a direct, you know what I'm saying, heads up that niggas is worried, bro. Excuse me, niggas is worried, B. And I don't know how else to say this shit. I can't beat around the bush and be like, oh yeah, nigga, how's your day? No, fuck your day. Let me tell you what's going on in these streets. Let me tell you what the fuck is going on in these DMs, my nigga. Niggas is acknowledging, bro, you fucked up. And I hate to see it, hate to hear about it. I hate to hear the situation with your little bro. That he was my little nigga too. I hate the situation, period, for your family, bro. But at a certain point in time, I gotta admit, I'm not surprised. And at a certain point in time, I gotta admit that, my nigga, I want you to get better. And I don't want you to keep doing this. Because I've been hearing about this shit for the last 3-4 years now. It's nah. Like, at a certain point in time, it's cool to fall off, but niggas gotta get back right. You know what I mean? Niggas gotta get back right, bro. So Vontae, bro, I love you, bro. And all the friends of the show, man, we all rooting for you to get better, my nigga. Real talk. Hell of a motherfucking football player, I tell you that. Moving on, man. Hey, moving on, my nigga. You know, I want to get into a segment I made on a podcast called Shit Crazy. And it's talking about how men have to just shut up and dribble. The reason why I say that is because, let me change this right fast. The reason why I say that is because I'm going to try my best to not generalize women. But for the most part, I can't. It'll be very hard for me to do so because for some strange reason, bro, I find it very hard. I find it very hard from my experience to really open up and explain my feelings to women. And it's not from a lack of attempts. It's not a lack of me not doing it. It's a lack of when I do it, the shit's not being reciprocated the way it's supposed to. Like if I take the time to sit down and tell a woman how I'm really feeling, that's not supposed to get flipped on me. Like for some strange reason, women have this unique ability to deflect shit and reverse the roles. Like for some, I was dealing with this woman, right? And I'm ashamed to say, I let this shit linger on for 8 years? 8 years, fam. Never was even like a full, like real committed relationship. But if I've been fucking you for 8 years, you can claim me, goddamn. Put me on your taxes at this point. You can do what the fuck you do, baby. I ain't gonna deny you. I've been in that pussy for 8 years. Come on now. But all the fucking aside, I let this shit linger on for 8 years, man. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that I was perfect. I didn't do shit. I didn't say shit. I did. I've made mistakes. I've apologized for those mistakes when they happened 7 years ago. This particular woman, for some strange reason, women want you to continue to apologize for the first fuck up, no matter how long ago it was. That shit's always fresh on their mind. And they never want to take accountability. Now, as a grown ass man, I never have a problem saying sorry. I never have a problem admitting to my fuck ups. Now I will say I am a Leo. I am a stubborn bastard. So if I do fuck up, I may not apologize right away. I may let some weeks go by, some months go by. I gotta let that shit fester. I gotta think upon that shit. And there's going to come a point in time to where if I think I was wrong, I have no problem admitting I was wrong, saying sorry, and trying my damnedest to move on. Women don't do that. Women don't do that. A woman to say she forgives you, she didn't. She's just comfortable now having you in her space. That's all they just be biding time for them to be more comfortable with giving you that ass. If they can give you that ass without feeling, you know what I'm saying, bad about it afterwards, it's green light game. We'll fit the green light game. But if they until they get that, you're gonna be in the hot seat. So if a woman says she forgave you, my nigga, she did. Just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself. But it blows my mind because if this said woman, my nigga, I've literally tried my damnedest to explain to her the things she's done to that I felt disrespected by. The things that she does that I don't like. But for some strange reason, I have to keep repeating this shit over and over again for 8 fucking years. And it dawned upon me that it's not that I'm not saying these things. It's not that she's not hearing me. It's that she don't give a fuck. Women don't give a fuck about your feelings, B. They just want you to be present and in the moment. They don't really want you to divulge what's going on. Now, I don't want to say all, because there is that rare moment in time where you come across a woman who truly gives a fuck about you. And the women who truly give a fuck about you, they give a fuck about your mama, your little brother. They make sure they get to school on time. You know what I'm saying? They go have brunch with your mom on Sundays and shit. That's rare. That ain't all women. All women don't give a fuck about that. They just want you to be there for them. 100%, not 85. You can't be tired from work. They want you to be there for them and attentive to their needs 100%. And as a man, I have no problem doing that. But it's like, well, damn, what about me? Like, well, what the fuck am I to do? Why would I continue to fucking be there for you if I can't even tell you how the fuck I'm feeling? If I'm telling you how I feel, we in a culture right now to where everybody talks about how, you know, it's so much going on inside of a black man. He has no one to run to. He has no one to talk to. I think women really need to take heed and appreciate when that happens for them. When a black man comes up to you and tells you and is vulnerable with you and allows you into that space to, okay, identify what sets them off and what they do and dislike about your relationship, you got to take that shit and run with it. You can't let that shit go in one ear and out the other. Because me personally, it don't matter how many times I done had sex with you. This particular woman, bro, we probably didn't fuck like at least 150 times. Probably more of that. I'm just throwing a number out there. It don't matter how many times I had sex with you. It don't matter how many times I done fell for the forgiveness trick. Once I done, opened up to you one time, once I done opened up to you one time and you didn't take that shit in the proper way, or I felt you didn't take it in the proper way, I will never, ever try to divulge into anything serious with you. Because you've proven to me that you don't give a fuck about my feelings. And I'm not a super emotional nigga. Anybody that know hack, I'm not a super emotional nigga. But I feel like once I let I do set standards and boundaries. If those aren't met, then we can't rock. And if I can't sit there and let you know what the fuck I do dislike and like, we can't move forward. And as the older I get, I'm realizing, bro, it's not an age gap with women thing. I've always dated older women. I've always dated that. When I was fucking, 17, 18 at Mo West, I was fucking with a 26-year-old. I've always messed with older women. And it's no difference. They get mad at the same shit. Like, there's really no difference. But the thing is that I learned as I get older is that our feelings really don't matter. They not really trying to hear that shit. I don't know if it's something about how motherfuckers was raised. I don't know what it is. I know there's certain things that a man's supposed to do and certain things a woman's supposed to do in their relationship. I don't know if the man expressing his feelings and emotions is something that motherfuckers was raised to accept. I truly don't. I think as time goes on, that'll become more and more normal. But I don't think at this point in time, the women are truly brought up to understand and appreciate a man's feelings and emotions. I truly don't think that's the case. So a lot of times, I don't even blame niggas. I don't even blame niggas when they do certain shit anymore, because I understand that a lot of times niggas just be alone in that motherfucker. Niggas can fuck whoever they want to fuck, but a lot of times niggas be alone. The most loneliest nigga is a nigga who feel like he can't talk to nobody. That's the loneliest nigga in the world. It can be everybody around. And let's say a nigga can have 100 women numbers in his phone. He can have 100 nudes in his phone from 100 different women. If he feel like he can't talk to you, baby, you playing yourself. And I hope for the lady friends of the show who's listening and watching this episode, the game I'm giving you is, if you truly want to have a happy relationship, you have to take value into that man's emotions. No matter if that nigga hard body or not. He can be the toughest nigga on the block. That nigga can watch Mother Me Titanic and not even get shaken up when she push old boy off the motherfucking debris. You know what I'm saying? When she pushed motherfucking me, what's my boy name? Leonardo. When she could just pull my nigga on. See, every real nigga he get a little choked up about that. She's like, she could just pull my nigga on, B. But even the niggas who look at that and be rock hard and don't even give a fuck, those niggas got emotions. They do. And if you truly want a happy, healthy relationship, ladies, invest in that man's emotions. Because I'm pretty sure that'll be the first time anyone's ever done it that wasn't his mom. Like, real talk. I'm just being real. It's sad that that's the way we live. It's sad that's the fucking life we chose. Or that's the life that's been depicted upon us. But yeah, men have to shut up and dribble. That's truly how the fuck we have to live our life. And it's not fair. It's fucking depressing. It leads to fucking anxiety. It leads to fucking trust issues. If I can't open up and tell you how the fuck my day really going, how can I trust you to have my back? Because you don't even know what mind state I'm in. You don't even know what the fuck I'm bringing to the table, because you don't have my back and you don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just something you gotta think about, B. It's just something you gotta think about, ladies. Real motherfucking talk. But moving on, man. Damn, shit kind of got me choked up. Now I'm just fucking with y'all, man. And once again, like I mentioned at the top of the episode, man, we got a new camera angle for the people that's watching at OGHatchTV. Go ahead and ring that bell, subscribe, all that good shit to YouTube, and say leave a comment, all that shit, leave a like, all that. We got a new camera angle. Let me know in the comment section or my DMs, however the fuck you want to reach out to me. If you like the new camera angle, a lot of y'all say I like the new set. I appreciate y'all. Much salute for that. I put a lot of thought into how the fuck I was gonna have this set up. Now I ain't want to look kind of stupid, but hopefully this new camera angle, like I said earlier, can fucking be an add new little twist to the for me episode as well. But moving on, I want to get into T.I. Is T.I. the real king of the South? Like, honestly, is T.I. the real king of the South? The reason why I bring this up is because I'm not, as I told y'all all of phase one, I'm not a big Charleston White guy. I don't support shit Charleston White do. I don't find the nigga funny at all. Like, I've never seen something from Charleston White and chuckle. I'm just being real. But there's this thing with Charleston White and T.I. They got this little beef going on. So where I've seen the videos, I haven't clicked on them and watched them. I've seen the headlines tagged to them. So I don't know the true ins and outs of the situation, but pretty much all I know is that the most important thing is that something took place to where Charleston White ultimately ended up threatening fucking T.I. and his son. So he'll do this and do that to T.I.'s son and shit like that. And I told you I don't have kids, right? And I think that's kind of a good thing, because a lot of this shit that I see taking place with these celebrities and what they allow, or disrespect they allow to take place with their family and things of that nature, it kind of goes back to what I was talking about Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West situation. That man went and got Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's kids' name tattooed on them. Now, to me, that's ultimate disrespect. There's no talking this out. There's no hashing this out over a cup of coffee. There's none of that shit. My nigga, you gotta get the beats. You gotta get the beats with a side of ass kicking. That's a lot of fucking physicality, my nigga. That's a lot of physicality. The beats with a side of ass kicking. Come on, man. If you really talking about letting the GDs in the dough like Kanye was, that's my initial response. You gotta get your ass whooped. I'm on some Matt Barnes shit. I'm hopping gates. I'm driving 85 miles. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the damnedest to get to you, my nigga. But with this T.I. situation, and let me lean back a little bit because I gotta get into this a little bit because I'm a little bit taken aback about this. You know, this T.I. situation is quite different, fam. And the reason why it's different to me is because throwing the whole gangster rapper shit out the window, at a certain point in time, your image it don't matter no more. At a certain point in time, the public's opinion doesn't matter anymore. I would think the only thing that matters in that specific moment is the opinions of your wife, your son, and your other kids. There's literally a man on video threatening and saying all this. Now, whether you take the nigga serious or not is up to you. I'm not sitting there saying I take the nigga Charleston White serious. I think the nigga's a troll. And I think any nigga who's a troll, who's a grown-ass man, is sad. I don't think it's funny when I see grown-ass men trolling. Like, my nigga, you're lame. I thought the niggas who was kids was lame who did the shit. When you a grown-ass man doing the shit, you're kind of just making me sick. Especially when your eyes look like that, you're kind of just making me sick. But the T.I. situation, no matter if we taking the man serious or not, it's not my business. So when I see T.I. making a video and he's mad that people didn't come to his defense and side with him and go against Charleston White, it just made me laugh. Because, nigga, that's your kid. Is you the king of the South or not? The fuck you want me to do? Why you asking for help when it's another grown-ass man threatening your family? Fuck you want me to do? You better go handle your fucking business. No matter if you want to handle this amicably, violently, however the fuck you see fit, Clifford. However the fuck you see fit. It ain't got shit to do with us. We just fans of the music. I like my top back, my seat down low. Rubber band man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't tricking if you got it. I like the music, my nigga. I don't give a fuck about what this nigga said about your kids. I don't even like your son like that. Nigga, you act like you Master P as Lil Romeo or something. I don't even like your fucking son like that, B. But it's just like, what is this man asking for help from the public for? Why are you asking for help? You need to be trying to get the location on this nigga. This nigga T.I. was talking about. This nigga T.I. talking about some. There was no the city officials. This nigga asked for the city officials. This nigga asked for the heads of all the charities he donated to. What the fuck you want us to do? He asked for niggas in hip hop. He want niggas to get on Instagram and just post a picture talking about I stand with T.I. What the fuck you want us to do, Cliff? That's not our kid. We waiting to see what the fuck you gonna do. We didn't ask for help. Not the nigga that got locked up and caught with all them army guns. Not him. Not the nigga who's beefing with Luda. Not him. Not the nigga who's beefing with Lil Flip and punches was thrown. Not him. Not the nigga opened up all these trap museums and trap restaurants. Not this nigga. That's the nigga that's asking the public for help because a cockeyed nigga threatened his family. What the fuck you want us to do, bro? Like, I just don't get niggas, man. I just don't get niggas. I tell niggas all the time, B. It comes a certain point in time to no matter how much of that tough shit you pulling, no matter how much of that, you know what I'm saying, that gangster gang banging shit niggas be spewing out, No matter how many pictures you posting with your gun, no matter how many times you do that shit, my nigga, it's gonna be a time where your car get pulled. And niggas is gonna be saying, what you gonna do? Everybody gotta go up to bat, bro. Everybody gotta go up to bat. No matter the situation. If you think you're gonna live this life without niggas trying to test you and pull your car, you fooling yourself. Cause that's when shit become more tragic. Cause you thought the shit never happened. The niggas who know that shit that can happen to them, be on point, be on guard, and respond accordingly. Like I said, I'm not pushing for violence. I'm not saying T.I. go murk that nigga. I ain't saying none of that shit. Let me make that very motherfucking clear. I'm not saying do anything. I'm not telling you what to do, my nigga. I ain't saying shit. What I'm saying is, don't ask me for help because a nigga said fuck your kids. Because a nigga said he gonna do this and do that to your kids. Don't ask me for help. I don't got shit to do with that, my nigga. It's just funny to me that that's the game that motherfuckers play. You can't talk all that boss shit, that I'm a king shit. You can't do none of that. You can't do none of that. And then turn around with a nigga say this and that about your kid, no matter how out of bounds it is, and be on fucking camera asking for help. Mad that motherfuckers ain't get on Instagram and make a post saying I stand with T.I. Come on, my nigga. Like I don't get hip hop no more, man. I don't. I told y'all 50 Cent was the last true gangster rapper. All these niggas after that, man, I don't know, B. I can't imagine 50 asking niggas for help because a nigga was talking shit. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. I know if T.I. was my homeboy, I'd be getting on his ass right now. Like, my nigga, what the fuck you looking at? You asking the world, you asking strangers. You asking strangers for help. Because that nigga say he gonna do this and that to your son. I don't get these niggas, B. I truly motherfucking don't get these niggas, man. Moving on. You know, I want to get into Dababy vs Jada Pinkett and who did it better. Now, for those who don't understand that, I'm gonna break it down. You know, as I was on hiatus, bro, as I was taking my vacation, let's just call it a vacation. I kind of like saying hiatus because I was going to do some shit. As I was taking my vacation, my leave from the podcast, there was this wave of social media posts I was saying talking negatively about Dababy. And it's crazy because Dababy was like the biggest rapper not named Drake, Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, J. Cole, like 2-3 years ago? Probably 2 years ago. I'm not surprised Dababy fell off like that. His music was always, I don't want to say, his music wasn't gimmicky. His performance was gimmicky, if that makes sense to you. Like, to me, he was always saying the same shit. I'm fucking this bitch from the back, pouring her hair. Let's go. That's literally everything Dababy said in every song. But his performance, although it was a good performance, bringing out the high school bands and cheerleaders and track stars and shit, good. It's a good homecoming. It was a good HBCU performance every time with Dababy. And you love to see it. But that shit can only go for so long. You know, especially when all your music sound the fucking same, produced by the same nigga, all that shit. You need to get a fucking Dre beat at this point, my nigga. But I wasn't surprised Dababy fell off like that. What I was surprised by is just how fast people turned on Dababy and the reasons why they turned on Dababy. Now, to my point, I tell people all the time, bro, I love music, but I don't give a fuck about these artists like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, my favorite rapper is 50 Cent, but that shit happened when I was a kid. Any nigga after that, I'm not into their life like that. I don't really give a fuck about them as a person like that. It's just strictly music. It's not even it's like with sports, I kind of get into the nigga's personal life a little bit, but with music, fuck no. Any nigga can make a fucking song. Any nigga can make a fucking song and then take off. So I've never looked at rappers and entertainers like that. But with Dababy, it feels like people turned on the baby because it felt like his whole Tory Lanez connection. That's kind of where I thought I was seeing it when I remember like when whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion shit kicked off. He was still doing songs with Tory, you know, some in his videos and shit like that. That's kind of where I thought the shit started from. But if that's the case, fam, it don't make sense to why he's getting the blackball treatment. And I'm not gonna say the dude getting blackballed because, like I said, I seen this nigga fall off coming soon because of the style of music he made and the way he performed his music. I didn't see that shit going into a fucking 10-year run of Dababy. I didn't. There was a lot of antics involved. So I'm not surprised the nigga album sales has dropped dramatically. What I'm surprised at is it seems like not only his album sales dropped dramatically, but it's like he's no longer part of the cool kids club. Like, I remember when Dababy first came out, all the bitches want to fuck Dababy. All the bitches was saying, let's go. Like, all the bitches want to fuck Dababy. But now them same women is saying how corny this nigga is. Like, when his album dropped, right? Of course, I tried to listen to it. I tried to. I had to turn it off because I didn't know if I was listening to the same song 12 times or I was just high and tripping. So I just turned this shit off because I said, no, I'm pretty sure it's the same damn song 12 times. But when his album dropped, there was this lyric he was talking about Megan Thee Stallion, talking about how he smashed Megan Thee Stallion the day before Tory Lanez allegedly shot her and shit like that. We still don't know if the nigga shot her or not. Like, the court date is supposed to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. If she lied about that, my nigga, we got to get Megan up out of here. If she lied about that, as of right now, I'm still riding with her. You know, so still fuck Tory Lanez. But I would think that shit would be wrapped up by now. I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit happened like 3 years ago. And if dude really shot her in front of witnesses, why the fuck he got 3 albums out later? He didn't put out like 3 or 4 albums since then. But I'm gonna wait and see. But if she lying, I'm on her ass. But with the baby saying he slept with Megan Thee Stallion the day before that, and everybody was calling the man corny. Granted, it's corny. I never thought a nigga, you know, bragging about what he did with a woman. I never thought that was cool. Do I want to hear about it? I mean, yeah, nigga, tell me. I'm all ears. Nigga, Megan got a fat ass. Nigga, was it going crazy? Is it everything we imagine? But telling me about it, nah, it's kind of corny. I ain't asking you for it, so don't tell me about it. But I don't understand how Dababy is such a bad guy for telling us something we already knew. Who didn't think he was smashing Megan Thee Stallion when they was running around? He was the hot new male artist. She was the hot new female artist. They both rap about fucking and getting fucked. Why wouldn't we think they was fucking? I know I did. So this wasn't breaking news to Hatch. I truly didn't give a fuck. I thought we all knew that shit. But everybody called Dababy corny. So news comes out about Jada Pinkett Smith. Nothing that we don't already know, but just more, you know, cherry on top. News comes out about Jada Pinkett Smith, right? It comes out that Jada Pinkett Smith is writing a memoir book about her life. In said book, she will be discussing her relationship with Tupac. I'm going to repeat that. Jada Pinkett Smith is writing a memoir book. And in said book, she will be discussing her relationship with Tupac Shakur, a nigga who's been dead almost all my whole life, if not my entire fucking life. I'm 27 years old. I was born in 1995. If I'm not mistaken, that nigga died when he was murdered with 94. Either 94, in 94 or 96 range, Tupac was killed. That man has been dead damn near 30 years. Jada Pinkett Smith has been living off fucking with Tupac for the last 40 years, and she's married to Will Smith. You can't tell me shit about Jada Pinkett as an actor. She ain't really did shit as an actor worth talking about in the last 20 years, my nigga. Call a spade a fucking spade. Yeah, she was in that Matrix, in that new Matrix. That shit was bullshit. She probably did some voiceover work. That shit was bullshit. Jada Pinkett Smith ain't been in a fucking acting role that had everybody that had knocked people's shoes off their fucking feet and since set it off, my nigga. Since Don't Be a Menace, my nigga. She ain't did shit working wise that's worth talking about. She's been getting by off being Will Smith's wife, 2, and number 1, talking about fucking around with Tupac. Why she don't get the same energy Dababy get? At least the girl, he said he fucking still out here twerking and throwing that big motherfucker. At least she still got sex appeal. She's still breathing. Jada Pinkett Smith is writing memoirs and shit about fucking with Tupac. Tupac? Come on. Dude, I'm sick of this shit. And also I'm sick of this shit. Because this shit is not fair, dog. This nigga Dababy is getting killed by telling the world he fucked Megan Thee Stallion. Nigga, that's Megan Thee Stallion. Damn near 98% of all men wanted to fuck Megan Thee Stallion. So I kind of get it. I got an album coming out. She's still popping. That ass still fat. I get it. Is it corny? Yes. Have I seen it happen before? Yes. I'm surprised there ain't a sex tape leaked at this motherfucking point. I done seen this shit happen before. But for Jada Pinkett Smith to continuously get a pass, continuously to make this shit headline news every time she opened her fucking mouth about her relationship with Tupac, that shit is sick. That shit is corny. That shit is lame as fuck. Especially when she got a fucking husband that everybody loved until he slapped the nigga. Until Will Smith slapped that nigga, everybody loved Will Smith. Everybody loved Will Smith. And she still was talking about Tupac. Her fucking kids is writing letters to Tupac. As if, dude. Like, dude. Her kids, she talks about Tupac so much in the relationship that they had. Her kids write letters to the nigga. Like, dude, I don't get it. At a certain point in time, this shit gotta stop. We call these motherfuckers was just talking about Irv Gotti. They on Irv Gotti ass right now, but talking about how he used to fuck with Ashanti. Everybody talking about how old that shit was. I agree. It's old as fuck. He sounds obsessed. But what the fuck does Jada Pinkett sound? We just gonna say, oh, Tupac had that dope dick, huh? Pause. We just gonna say that? We just gonna say that. But when nigga Irv Gotti talking about how Ashanti, who's still fucking fine as fuck, who looks better now than she did back then, who's on Instagram every fucking couple days showing her thighs. I like the pics. Irv Gotti can't talk about how he used to fuck her. But Jada Pinkett Smith, who said on record that she wasn't even fucking with Tupac like that, they were just cool. Do we believe that? The nigga who made I Get Around? Do we believe that nigga who had Thug Life on his fucking stomach wasn't fucking Jada Pinkett Smith? Come on, man. I seen what she did in Don't Be a Menace. I seen what she did in Don't Be a Menace. I seen what she did in Matrix. She was fucking everybody in the movies. She fucked Tupac. Allegedly. I ain't trying to get sued. That nigga dead. Man, she can sue. Allegedly. But it's like, for real, it's like, how did she get a pass for this corny behavior? She's making money off this shit. She's been making money off this shit. Like I said, she ain't made a fucking movie in the last 20 years motherfuckers give a damn about. Real talk. And it's just, I don't know whether or not to salute the shit or hate the shit at this point. Like, real talk. Because everybody's jealous when they see motherfuckers getting their shit off and don't get no consequences. Everybody's jealous when they see, at least I am. Let me just speak for myself. I'm jealous when I see motherfuckers be able to do whatever the fuck they want in their relationships. Because I can't get that shit off. Especially when she not the breadwinner. You got fucking Tom Brady getting divorced from Giselle right now. Will Smith still in that motherfucker. He's still sticking beside his woman. He's still gonna be at her fucking book signing events when she released his memoir about her and Tupac. Like, this shit crazy, man. I get mad at the movie companies and shit like that when they keep releasing all these shows and movies about who killed Tupac and Tupac versus Biggie. I get mad at that shit because they making a bang off they buck over some dead man, and those families don't be able to see none of that shit. I'm at the point where I feel the exact same way about Jada Pinkett Smith. She done made so much money, so much headlines, even if it's not direct money. She done made indirect money off talking about fucking Tupac. I'm tired of this shit. Let the dead be the dead. I don't want to hear about the day he kissed your cheeks, the day he hugged you and held your hand and walked you home from the bus. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you tell us in his memoir he crashed you like an egg on your mama bed. I don't even give a fuck about that. It's sick, it's lame, it's corny. The same energy we give Irv Gotti and fucking Dababy, we need to give Jada Pinkett fucking Smith. You got a whole fucking husband who just damn near threw his fucking career down the drain, sticking up for your Mojo Jojo looking ass. And you still back to this same bullshit. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the show, man, men just have to shut up and dribble. We don't run shit no more fucking more. This shit is ridiculous. This shit is motherfucking ridiculous, my nigga. But moving on, man. Let's go ahead and get into. Let me come back up here. I got a little too comfortable in this motherfucker. I leaned back on the motherfucking couch and shit. Let's go ahead and get into Brett Favre. You know, I promised that I would talk about this last week on the podcast. You know, the question is, does Brett Favre own the new media too? And that's a serious question because Brett Favre has always been a quote-unquote media darling. And the reason why I say is because he was like the quarterback. Oh, he jumped into his offensive lineman's hands. He's a kid playing the playground. He jumped the plays in the dirt. Like, there was an infinity for Brett Favre. Now, was he a great quarterback? Absolutely. He had turned that bitch over, but he was a great quarterback. I would love to have Brett Favre as a quarterback. And that says a lot as a Bears fan, saying that about a Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings quarterback. But as great as Brett Favre is, one thing you can't deny is that Brett Favre is a piece of shit. I remember when Brett Favre went to the Jets and he had that whole sexting scandal with the woman. I think she was a trainer at the Jets. She was some woman in the Jets organization. He had a sexting scandal. He was sending pictures of his dick, that pink dick. He was sending pictures of it to women in the Jets organization. They got swept under the rug. That shit never stopped him from getting to the Hall of Fame. That shit was in the news on First Take and on Cold Pizza and all that shit for a day or two. Swept under the rug. Brett Favre got drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. He got traded a year or two later to the Packers. Why would you think that happened? That doesn't happen. A nigga like Brett Favre don't get traded. The second he don't get traded, you know what I'm saying, a year later into his first contract. Why did that happen? Because the nigga was in the bars and shit in Atlanta. He had a drinking problem. Swept under the rug. Never was brought up. Brett Favre's in the news now. And Grant, those things before, even the whole sexting situation, I didn't never got on his ass like that because I done sent a few dick pics myself. I stay sending nut videos. I'm in the action. Here you go. Like, that's my thing. That's my get down. So I never killed them too bad about that. But I seen he was getting away with shit. Brett Favre is in the news now for allegedly stealing $5 million from poor people in the state of Minnesota. When I say that, I'm talking about the people who get benefits, EBT, you know what I'm saying, any government aid, state aid. Brett Favre was getting shit funneled to him to build a motherfucking facility at his daughter's college fucking volleyball or some bullshit like that. Grant, this nigga Brett Favre is worth $100 million. This nigga selling Wrangler jeans, my nigga. This nigga got the copper fit fucking wristbands and leg sleeves and shit like that. Brett Favre is Brett fucking Favre. So for Brett Favre to be tangled into this shit, this is some sick shit. Because in case you didn't hear what the fuck I said, Brett Favre is worth $100 million. Anybody who's even broke, who got a regular living paycheck to paycheck, that person who will steal money from the government aid from the poorest people in the state is a piece of shit. So what do you think about the nigga who's worth $100 million? This nigga just took $5 million of money that could be gave to poor people. When people getting denied those benefits, it's hard to even get accepted on those benefits. And Brett Favre stole $5 million allegedly. The reason why I said allegedly is because at this moment, no charges have been filed against Brett Favre. No charges. No charges. He's good right now. He's at the crib chilling. When everybody know he did this shit. The people who he was in direct contact with about getting the money to him have already pled guilty. But Brett Favre ain't got shit. Brett Favre ain't got a motherfucking thing. Now you can dive into the whole white privilege thing and things like that, obviously. But what I want to get into is the new media. Because that's a topic that's been big as well. You got the old media, which your example would be the Stephen A. Smiths, you know what I'm saying? The Colin Cowherds, the Nick Rice, the Chris Broussard, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharps. It's fucked up. Shannon Sharp is classified as old media, but he is. The new media would be the now former players. Like I said, Shannon Sharp is a former player, but I guess it's a generational gap. I don't fucking know. But pretty much from what I see, the new media is just former fucking players. The Draymond Greens, the JJ Redicks, the Matt Barnes, Steven Jacksons, the Pivot podcast, what's the shit called? I Am Athlete. Those are the niggas who's calling themselves the new media. Okay. I fuck with it. I like a lot of you guys. Draymond Green, Stephen A. Smith. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Ryan Clarks. I fuck with y'all niggas. Always have. I was a fan of you guys as players. I like you guys' personality, so of course I'm gonna gravitate towards your content. But if you're gonna call yourself the new media, you gotta do something new. You gotta shake this shit up. You ain't doing shit what the old media is doing. Why y'all ain't talking about Brett Favre? Why ain't I talking about Brett Favre? Because if I was looking for motherfuckers to sweep this shit under the rug, I just keep listening to ESPN all day. I just keep listening to Fox Sports all day. You niggas supposed to be new media. You niggas supposed to be setting the ground barriers. So we can all agree that Brett Favre had old media in the chokehold. He had them in his back pocket. John Madden was in his back pocket. He didn't blew Brett Favre ass up. So we can all agree that took place. Can we also agree that he also owned the new media as well? Because I don't hear you niggas talking about it. I don't hear y'all niggas talking about Brett Favre. Especially from when some shit like this go down. When niggas stealing money from people of poverty. And we know what the people of poverty is. Black, browns, you know what I'm saying? And the super poor white folks. We know what the poverty is. A lot of us look like me. Look like us. Look like the quarterback of the Cowboys. The quarterback of the Ravens. The corners for the Giants, Jets, Steelers, Packers. You niggas is black. You niggas was once broke. You niggas was eating oodles and noodles for dinner at one point in time. So to know that Brett Favre is taking money from those people, allegedly, why you niggas ain't talking about it? You got fucking the Pivot podcast. They just took their ass to all 32 training camps. You got Pat McAfee ass out there at training camps kicking balls. I don't give a fuck about what happened. Why that coach ain't go? Why he went for 2? Talk about Brett Favre. I don't give a damn about the bullshit sack against the fucking against the Buccaneers. Talk about Brett Favre. Because when Brett Favre gets mentioned, you don't talk about the bad shit with Brett Favre. You know what you say? Super Bowl winning Brett Favre. MVP Brett Favre. Hall of Fame Brett Favre. Wrangler jeans Brett Favre. Copper fit, whatever the fuck it is, Brett Favre. That's what you hear. You don't hear about the sexting. You don't hear about the drinking problem. You don't hear about how he was an asshole to his teammates. You don't hear about how that nigga kept retiring and unretiring and retiring and unretiring and fucking up the cash flow for his teammates. You don't hear about that. You know you heard when we talk about Michael Vick though? Dog fighting. That was you hear about when you talk about Michael Vick. And he wasn't nigga, that was dog fight. It was his brother. It wasn't even him. But Michael Vick can't do shit. Michael Vick can't save an old lady walking across the street without somebody talking about that dog fighting shit. I got a dog. Love my dog to pieces. But do I give a fuck about dog fighting? No. And Michael Vick got to wear that jacket. But he ain't never been soliciting his dick to women in professional organizations. They killed Deshaun Watson ass. Deshaun Watson get killed every motherfucking week. It's dying down now because motherfuckers is playing football and Jacoby Brissett kind of had, keeping shit afloat. But he went through hell. Niggas don't talk about what Brett Favre did. So as new media, do he own you as well? Because y'all niggas puffing y'all chest out so much to be called new media, you niggas ain't doing shit but the same silly shit old media is doing. Sweeping shit under the rug and focusing on the highlight plays. Same shit. So if you want to get the credit for being some new niggas on the block, do some new shit then. But until then, you just a bunch of motherfucking talking heads who just want to be on TV. Real motherfucking talk. From me to the friends of the show, fuck Brett Favre. There's nothing you can tell me that can explain a nigga taking money from the pool. This nigga was the reverse Robin Hood. This nigga was rich, taking from the pool, giving to the rich. And niggas ain't talking about this. But niggas want to talk about fucking Eddie Robinson not wanting to give Deion Sanders all the love in the world because them two black men going at each other. That's what niggas want to talk about. But they don't want to talk about the white man who's stealing millions of dollars. Few $100, I wouldn't have said shit. Few $100K, I wouldn't have said shit. A few million? All right, man. Okay, my nigga. But you see how they not talking about Brett Favre? Let's get into the next topic, man. Let's get to Draymond Green. Because what they all talking about. You can't fucking turn on a fucking channel and they not talking about Draymond Green. Draymond Green in the hands of steel. The punch heard around the world. Or should I say the punch seen around the world. This shit happened, right after the episode came out? Like, it had to be the day before, the day after, or, the day of the podcast. Draymond Green, for the people who don't know, power forward for the Golden State Warriors, 4-time champion. He knocked Jordan Poole ass clean the fuck out. I don't give a fuck what they say. I seen the video. That nigga was knocked out. Now, when the story first broke, they say, he took a swung at Jordan Poole. They didn't say he connected. They say he took a swung at Jordan Poole. Which was, it is what it is. But the next day, they say he hit Jordan Poole pretty hard. They say he damn near knocked him out. But they said he wasn't hurt. The next day, the tape come out. In the tape, you see Draymond Green walk over there getting Jordan Poole face. Jordan Poole pushed Draymond Green. For some strange reason, Jordan Poole allowed Draymond Green to get in his face. And once he pushed Draymond Green, he thought that was the end of it. No. No. The end of it was your ass on the ground. Draymond Green hauled off and hit that nigga. Is it fucked up? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been on many teams. I've been on in many altercations with teammates. I don't think off the top of my head I've ever fought one of my teammates, and specifically in regards to it in a team setting. Have I fought teammates before on some other shit? Yeah. It wasn't in season. It was just on some regular days. These are my niggas. But I fought friends before. And I guess what makes it bad is the video. The video does look crazy. But I'm under the belief that the video is only released to make Draymond Green look bad because they don't want to have to pay that man $100 million. People talking about find the person who leaked the video. The Warriors know exactly who leaked the video. Nigga, it was Bob Myers. Nigga, it was Joe Lacob and them. Nigga, Steve Kerr and them. It was all in the group chat. They downloaded the video all together. I don't believe it's a leak because there's only so many people on the video staff anyway. And you can't sit here and tell me that this isn't screaming similarities to the whole Ime Udoka situation. Now, I'm not saying, the whole, people sleeping with each other, but how information is being leaked to the public by the organization. Because the Ime Udoka shit was leaked to make him look bad, in my personal opinion. To make him look bad, to get ahead of this shit so they can make sure they cast all responsibility and blame on Ime Udoka if some shit were to come out in a few years. That's honestly what I think. And with Draymond Green, everybody knows he's going to be up for a contract extension. Next year, you can opt out of his shit. So with that being said, when you got to pay Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and fucking Jordan Poole, it's easier now that this has been done to put this out there to the public. So once it's time to pay niggas and he got his hand out and you just get that nigga $5, nobody's looking at you crazy. Because if the Warriors decided not to pay Draymond Green after he's been the heartbeat and soul of the team for the last decade, after he's been a fucking pivotal contributor to all 4 championships and damn near 5, motherfuckers look at them crazy. They wouldn't be getting looked at as the high prestige organization that they have developed over the last couple years. So I personally think they delete the video on purpose. Is it right or wrong? I don't really give a fuck. You put yourself in that situation to punch that man. Now, if you're gonna think about, the privacy and what happens in the locker room, what happens at practice, stays at practice, as a former athlete, I understand that. But I also understand that sometimes when you do certain shit, it's out of your hands, man. Because the video didn't have to come out, but it came out. It is what it is. It wouldn't have been no video if it wasn't a punch. That's just a fact. So it blows my mind the amount of coverage that the Draymond Green shit is getting. I get basketball season's fresh and, rain night coming back. It's going to be awkward and things like that. I don't think the situation is as bad as people is trying to make it out to be. Like I said, he did knock that nigga out, but I don't think it's going to be something that they all can't play through. Now, do I think that he's going to eventually be out of Golden State? Yeah. But I thought that before he punched the nigga. I don't think this punch is changing anything for the Warriors. Because the seats at the table have already begun to shift. If this was a year or two ago, it'd have been different. We've already seen Jordan Poole go crazy all last season. You gotta remember, Klay Thompson was hurt basically all last season for it. That was Jordan Poole out there with Steph. So Jordan Poole was already getting put to the big kids table. So it's like after he did in the playoffs, after he did in the finals and shit like that, he's a big dog now. So I don't think that this is really going to change now. I already think the Warriors organization already made their mind up that Draymond was going to be the odd man left out. Maybe if Andrew Wiggins fell completely off this season or something like that, maybe. But after the performance that Draymond Green gave in the finals, he was already a triple single type nigga. At this point, you in your mid-30s, you're going to be the odd man out anyway. But it's the media coverage that's getting on my nerves about this shit. Because every day since then, this is all you've been hearing about. When still, nobody's talking about Brett Favre. It ain't like Brett Favre went away. Brett Favre just released a statement, 2 days ago? How that nigga said the media is lying on him. So not only is y'all not talking about the story, this nigga said it's y'all fault, and y'all still ain't saying shit. But y'all mad about Draymond Green not getting suspended? Why the fuck you thinking Draymond Green finna get suspended when Aaron Donald just had 2 helmets in his hand at a joint practice swinging on niggas? Why would you think Draymond Green gonna get suspended? What happens at practice stays at practice. When you start policing what niggas doing at practice, my nigga, you gonna fuck up a lot of shit. Because where is the sanctuary for players now? They already said they finna start I just seen that they announced that they finna let the media back into the locker rooms before and after games. What the fucking what? They ain't no talking going on. You just want to be nosy. It goes and says too much information being released nowadays. Everything is everybody's business. We shouldn't have known Ime Udoka was fucking that white woman. We shouldn't have known that Draymond Green knocked Jordan Poole ass out. We shouldn't have seen it, I guess. We know about Michael Jordan hitting Steve Kerr. We ain't see the shit. You tell me wasn't no video then? I'm pretty fucking sure some video of that shit then. It's cameras in every training facility, especially how grainy the fucking video was of Draymond Green. You can't see, you're not gonna sit here and tell me, my nigga, that the original footage of that shit wasn't in 4K. Nigga, it's 2022. That video looks like that because it was supposed to look like that. That was some shit that was stripped, that was recorded off the fucking monitors, my nigga. That's what the fuck was going on with that. But everybody's talking about Draymond Green, who's a member of the new media. He's a member of the new media. Everybody talking about Dre, but ain't nobody talking about Brett Favre. That's the life we live. That's the life we live. The big black nigga from Saginaw, Michigan, gonna get talked about a whole lot more than the big white man from fucking Minnesota. Shit crazy, ain't it? I'm telling you, man, this life shit, this life shit not too hard, man. Niggas be making this shit way harder than what it is. All you gotta do is look at shit, peep game, and just adjust accordingly. You gotta understand, Dre, when you punch a nigga, your hands are now considered hands of steel. No matter if you ain't bust that nigga lip or not. Hands of steel, aggressive. You a criminal now in the white folks' eyes, boy. It's fucked up. When a real criminal just took $5 million from the poor folks and ain't got a charge pressed against him. But fucking Devontae Adams just pushed the fucking photographer and he got fucking misdemeanor charge pressed against him. This shit crazy, bro. I'm telling you. Real talk. Before we wrap the podcast up, man, I want to give a quick recap, bro. Before I started recording, I watched the Redeem Team documentary on Netflix. Pretty fucking good. I did push it off like a week or two. I didn't want to watch as soon as it dropped because me personally, bro, I knew all that shit already. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did because that was our era. The Redeem Team is my era, though. You talk about the Dream Team, yeah, they had Magic, Jordan, and Bird. Okay, that's all I know. They had Charles Barkley was the leading scorer and all that, but I don't give a fuck about them niggas like that. I'm a 90s baby. Give a fuck about the 80s, bro. Don't talk to me shit about no 80s players. Although that shit was in 92, I believe. But I knew everything about the Redeem Team already. To me, they honestly left a lot of shit out. That should have been like a little docu-series or something that's still like an hour and 30 minutes. But it was good. I honestly think it was more so a tribute to Kobe than it was more of a Redeem Team type doc because the point of that was how Kobe brought USA basketball back. It's hard watching anything about Kobe because it's not that it don't feel real. My niggas definitely did. You see, I got the picture of him and Gigi him holding Gigi in the back. I got the mom mentality book behind me. I literally have a table fucking full of Kobe Bryant, like those the New York Times and the LA Times, those magazines that dropped when he died, those fucking basically obituaries. I have a table full of those motherfuckers. I love Kobe Bryant. So it's not that it's hard to believe that my nigga dead. My nigga's dead. It's just when you see Kobe, bro, it really makes me want to be missed and loved the way Kobe is. It's sad that people gotta die to get this level of admiration. But it's beautiful to see just how much he impacted everybody, my nigga. Like, people say they don't fuck with LeBron, bro. This is another reason why you gotta fuck with Bron. You can't imagine MJ doing some shit like that. You can't. And I'm talking about for anybody that will be considered a contemporary. You can't imagine fucking MJ doing that for fucking Isaiah Thomas and them back then. Magic Johnson and niggas back then. You just can't. I can't imagine Kobe doing that shit. His playing days for LeBron, for KD, for Shaq. I can't see it. For LeBron to put this shit together, bro, and to know that the main tone of this documentary was gonna be praising Kobe Bryant, heaping Kobe Bryant back into that GOAT conversation, because people don't talk about how he did that for Team USA. You see Skip Bayless talking about what fuck Kevin Durant did for Team USA, but you don't never hear nobody talk about Kobe brought them niggas back. Them niggas was losing the FIBA World Games before Kobe got there. LeBron was losing in the Olympics before Kobe got there. That's a fact. Kobe, the nigga, hit the shot and told the nigga shut the fuck up. But it's like, watching this doc, bro, it really just makes you understand that you can have an impact on people's lives, man, and you don't even know it. Like, there's no way you can tell me Kobe knew that this many people would still be impacted by it. Like this. I ain't talking about, because niggas in NBA history die all the time, bro. Bill Russell died. Rest in peace to Bill Russell. Bill Russell's dead. They got the number 6 passion shit like that. I'm pretty sure opening night, you're gonna hear about it. I'm pretty sure every time the Boston Celtics play, you're gonna hear about it. Anytime somebody get close to a record, it's close to Bill Russell, you're gonna hear about it. The Bill Russell, the MVP, Finals MVP is in the Bill Russell Award. You're gonna hear about that story. But it's not like with Kobe. It's not like with Kobe. Now, I don't know if it's because Bill Russell been old 70 years all my damn life, but it's not the same. It's truly not the same. I don't know if people thought like me, bro, if Kobe, you just never thought Kobe was going to die. I just didn't see it, bro. I didn't think it was going to happen anytime soon. You had too many niggas from the fucking 40s and 50s who's still kicking. And Kobe, to be as young as he was, to go out like that, I don't know if it's the way Kobe went out. I don't know what it is, bro. But every time I see a picture of Kobe, this shit made me think I don't even think about the achievements, bro. I think about just my nigga dead. Like, anytime I see Kobe, bro, and to see that doc and the way they shine him in such a good light, man, that doc is something special, bro. It truly is. It makes you appreciate Kobe more, LeBron more, D Wade more. It makes you appreciate the greatest of Melo just because that nigga been around so much. It also made me appreciate Dwight Howard even more, bro. Because to think about Dwight Howard, NBA champion, I think he was the first player in NBA history to win 3 straight Defensive Player of the Years. Could have been 4. And he was a starting center on a redeem team. He was the number 1 draft pick straight out of high school, led a team to the finals. He did that. And to see that he's not a top 75 player, That's kind of crazy, bro. Like the redeem team, doc. As much as I peeped Kobe, I was peeping Dwight Howard because he's too accomplished to not get the respect he so truly deserves. Like Dwight should have been top 75. I didn't need to see the redeem team, doc, to know that, but the simple fact that he's in almost all them highlights, he's right there next to Cole, Bron, Melo, D-Wade, CP3, J. He next to all them niggas. And he played a pivotal role in that. To see he not top 75 is kind of crazy, bro. But all in all, that was a dope-ass documentary. Once again, shout out to LeBron, Mav, Carter, D-Wade for bringing it out for the people, man. That truly is one of those things that, although it doesn't have the same hype around like The Last Dance did, I think that's because of how it was released. I think if the Last Dance was just a one-time movie thing, I don't think it would have lived as long as it did. It was literally a episode each and every motherfucking week that had to get you talking points and things of that nature, and it was more in depth and more in detail. And I think that's how a lot of those docs going to be. I think when Kobe and Shaq, when they shit drop, that's going to be a doc like The Last Dance. I'm pretty sure LeBron do his shit is going to be like The Last Dance. I think it was just dope to get a doc out there that pretty much shine a lot of light on the greatness of Kobe Bryant, bro. How in a room full of stars, your favorite player, Kobe winning that motherfucker, and they all looked at Kobe as that nigga. It just says a lot about Bane, bro. It truly motherfucking do. But I think that's all we got, man. I want to catch this damn liquor preseason game, man, before I add this motherfucking episode on out. Also, man, I know last week I was saying a lot about my old ad and things of that nature. I gotta still figure this shit out. I can put it out with the clips. The full videos, I did it, but the files was too fucking large, bro. As you guys gotta understand, bro, I'm doing all this by myself. My recording session start at 5:30. I don't get done till 3 o'clock in the morning. And I gotta wake up at 6 to log into work. So I'm doing all this stuff on my own. I'm still trying to make sure the episode gets released at 4 in the morning. So my session ends at 3 after editing and all that to make sure it's out by 4 in the morning. So after I edited all last week's episode, the file was too big to get it uploaded. The audio was all messed up and all that. So the episode came out a few hours late. So I'm still messing around with that to try to make sure I can get things, fixed for you guys to make sure the full episode's edited as well. Just like the clips were with the sound effects and, with the gun sounds, the fucking clapping, the fucking, the whistling, all that shit. But all that shit adds another element of comedic value to the episodes and things of that nature. So I'm gonna make sure I move around with these things and keep tinkering with it to make sure I can get it up to date for you guys and get the podcast exactly how I want, so you guys can get the best content you guys truly motherfucking deserve. But I think that's all we got, man. We talked about Brett Favre, the Lakers, Draymond's hands of steel, T.I. being the king of the South. Men just having to shut up and dribble. My nigga Vontae and other people peaking in high school. I think that's it, bro. Yeah, we out this motherfucker, man. Let me take this off the screen right fast. Before I get out of here, man, like I said, I just want to say once again, my nigga Vontae, man, you gotta get right, bro. You gotta get right. It's not new for people to fall off and fuck up and things of that nature. However you want to say, however you comfortable saying. It's not new. It's not a new thing, bro. Shit happens to the best of us. Trust me, my nigga. Shit happens to the best of us. But the things that people will commend you for and show gratitude for you doing is picking yourself back up. It's easy to fall off and stay on the ground. It's easy to do that. You already there. The hard part is getting your ass up. And once you get up, you'll see just how much better the motherfucking air is up there type shit. So you got to get better, my boy. Real talk. I'm going to try to find a way to get in touch with you directly. But I just got tired of people hitting me up and wanting me to talk about the shit because I felt uncomfortable talking about it, my nigga. So from me to you, bro, just get better, my nigga. Just get better. Real talk. ASAP. Now your own time. You ain't taking it for trash, my nigga. You ain't taking it for trash, bro. Get better ASAP. Too young for that shit, bro. Real talk. But with all that being said, you know how I give it up on this side, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And holla at y'all next week, man. I'm out this motherfucker. Peace. Damn, man. Jada motherfucking Pinkett Smith, man. This bitch, boy. This bitch is fugazi, dog. This bitch gonna make a memoir book about some dead dick. This shit crazy. That nigga Tupac got around, bitch.